Welcome to the Blessed Mindset Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Raquel Tolson. Y'all already know me. Y'all know what I do. Y'all know what I talk about. But if you happen to be new because you are a guest, you are a friend of my guest, let me just tell y'all, everything mindset matters for everything. You name it, mindset matters. Lose weight, mindset matters. Falling in love, mindset matters. Being successful, mindset matters. Being blessed, mindset matters. Okay? So that's just the gist of it. So we talk to people and we talk about mindset, we talk about what they're doing, and and just showing them how changing their mindset, shifting their mindset, change your life. Okay, we are on WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network, where we educate, empower, and encourage. My favorite thing to do is encourage for you to change your mindset. Okay. But we are also feeding families and sending kids to college. So what I need you to do is go to www.wytv7.org and hit the donate button. Y'all, Giving Tuesday is coming. Why not give somewhere where you have been blessed? Because if you are listening today, you will definitely be blessed. So go ahead and hit that donate button and donate for us, okay? My guest today is no stranger. He has been here before. It's my nephew, Eso Tolson. And he is doing big things. I'm so proud. Eso is just coming off of a TED Talk in Memphis. Oh my gosh. And I flew in and it was wonderful. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Eso, you're going to hear this after his birthday, but Eso has a birthday coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit about getting older and how your mindset got to change. So without further ado, welcome to back to the show, Eso.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It feels good to be back. Do I call you Dr. Ray here or TT? Like,
Call me TT. It's okay.
okay. Yeah. It feels good to be back.
So, okay, if for the people that are watching, behind Eso is an art piece that says "Less grind, more chill." So we're gonna just go ahead and start with that. Where did that come from?
That's really my philosophy, really. Especially in the world that we live in, now it's all about the grind, everybody working, even when an entire pandemic hit the world, we were still trying to act like, oh, but let me check this email, like we're still going, still going. And so it's just a reminder to take a step back sometimes, the world is already about the grind. So we just need to incorporate some chill, because it doesn't incorporate chill for us. We got to do that for ourselves. So a little less grind and a little more chill. So that's what that means.
I love that because I'm, and I know some people who know me know that I always got 15 jobs. But I never really been about the grind. Like when I do all the jobs that I'm doing, it's not
Hmm.
necessarily because I'm grinding trying to make all this money. That has never been what it's like I want to effortlessly flow. And sometimes effortlessly flowing means that you're working.
Hmm.
I was unemployed for 2 years, but I think I got more accomplished. And it wasn't about deadlines, it wasn't about grinding, it was just flowing. And it was like books was flowing, screenplays was
Hmm.
flowing, the podcast. I mean, things were just flowing,
Hmm.
and I think that one of my things is, but I do need to learn how to chill because that
Hmm.
chill, that rest is very important. But I really want people to even just get grind and working hard, like change their mindset about that.
Do away
Because
with that,
when you
like
think about
completely.
grinding, like when you grind your teeth, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, or a grinder is literally grinding something to dust.
Grinding,
Grinding. Yeah, literally. So do we really want that?
overriding it, it's destroying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm definitely like. my whole mindset about that whole grind culture has definitely changed in my 50s. But
Mm.
so the chill part though, tell
Yeah.
people why they need to chill.
Oh, where do I start? There's so many reasons why we need to chill. One of them is, well, the main reason is just so we can connect to ourselves, right?
Mm,
Um, with speaking of grind culture, like it's continuous, right? Like it keeps going, but it never ends. And so when you're into grind culture, it's hard to get out. And when you're there, you're just there. And so it's a cycle, you know, you're in it. And a lot of that time isn't focused on you at all. Like we're doing these things for other people. We're told to be things for other people, but we're not really told to be anything for ourselves. And so a lot of times we lose ourselves in the process of the grind. And I think that's how we get to a midlife crisis because you've been working for years and years, and then you're like, am I happy? Do I want to do this? Like, what do I want? And so you start to ask these questions later on. Maybe when you get a 2 week vacation or whatever, you have time to just sit and think. And so being able to just chill, you don't have those distractions of the grind anymore. And so you can, like, the dust can settle a little bit and you can just really sit and just connect to yourself and see where you want to be, the things you want to do. And so many other things can happen because of that. But basically, the chill helps you to reconnect with yourself.
I love that. The chill. So everybody, I have to tell y'all. So we get together still. We started during COVID, and we're still doing it every Sunday.
Hmm.
And, and we have just been blessed because Esso would come on and he would share some things. So we kind of knew some things before other people. But he said something getting ready for the TEDx that like stuck with me, and it made me like, it was an aha moment when you were telling me about my breaks. Because I was taking breaks from the job,
Hmm.
but then I was going and looking at my emails for my personal, because I still have businesses and other stuff. And you were
Hmm.
like, no, you gotta break. You gotta
Oh,
take your 15 minutes and break.
and, yeah, and it's because we're taught to just always be on, right? Always be productive. You know, any sliver of time, you know, if it's not the main 9 to 5, you know, we can do a little bit with the side hustle or this other project, or I'm
Yeah.
trying to take this class so I can learn how to do this skill or whatever. Like we're always on. And when you chill, that's all you're supposed to be doing. Like, don't do none of those things. Don't scroll, don't check your email. Don't try to read a book because you want to get the skill for this other class. Don't try, or whatever it is. It's really about, and doing nothing can look different, you know, for different people, or chilling can look different, or whatever their rest is. Some people's chill is just going on a walk. You know, some people's chill is to shut everything off and take a nap. Some people's chill is, you know, and so it varies from person to person. But what it's really about is to connect to yourself in a real way and get rid of all the other distractions so you can just like center yourself. And after you do that, you can go back into the world refreshed.
Right. You know what? And because I decided that when I take my 15, I go to the kitchen and I drink a shake or drink some water because
Mm-hmm.
I'm bad about drinking water while I'm working sometimes, but I make sure that I go and take and drink a lot of water during my chill time and walk around the house. And sometimes I even have this thing I call a dance break. I have I have
Yes.
like 10 minutes. I have like different music, like 10 minutes of
Mm-hmm.
music. I got a ratchet
Yes.
one where and
Absolutely.
I got the African one. I do but it's exercise and it's the music that I love, and it's fun. And even though it's a workout, but it's not a workout because I'm not thinking, oh, I need to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, yeah, I all my people who are, don't call me and don't nothing. I know I got to work out, but I'm saying it's not. It's about me dancing because I like to dance.
Right.
So it's still movement, but it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to do this so I can lose some weight, or I have to do this it's just I'm doing this because I enjoy dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's you reconnecting with yourself because that's something that you love to do. And then you probably feel much better. You probably energized after. And it's about getting that energy because the grind and just life in general can take and suck all that
Suck
energy
it
out,
all.
And so chilling helps us to just really get back to us so we can rest, be restored, so we can go back out and, do
Yeah,
stuff.
so tell me about the tweet that went viral because it was about this topic. What did you say then? Like, why do you think it just caught on it for everybody?
And so I didn't expect it. One, I'm always tweeting something, but I only use Twitter to put on the Instagram. You take a screenshot and you post it and so that's how I use Twitter. But after the TED talk and after like really honing in on that subject, I think just parts and pieces like clicked, and so I was like, oh, okay, I want people to know this and I want them to, remember that. And so I think it was the combination of like keywords in it, because one of the words that or the things that people took away from the tweet was the guilt, not feeling guilty about taking rest. And because I've seen very similar tweets, about rest and how we need to just, get more rest and be restored and, have energy for ourselves. But it was the guilt part that I think that really hit people because you hear, yeah, get rest, but then it's like, but don't feel guilty about it. And everybody's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. And I think that was the thing that really hit people because it had them to interrogate, why do I feel guilty for resting? And so I think it was a combination of keywords that really hit people, especially now in a post-pandemic,
Yeah,
you
because we
know, ish,
you know what we say post quarantine because we still
post
in the
quarantine, absolutely. So a post quarantine world where we're still working like everything is regular, where we're still, and if the quarantine / the pandemic showed us anything, is that we need to redo a whole lot of stuff, right? And
True.
so even with that, people are still doing things that they were doing beforehand. And so it doesn't align. Like the way that we lived before 2020 doesn't align with how we're working now. And so it's draining people. People are leaving jobs in droves. I forget the numbers, but it was like
A
over
lot.
4 million
Yeah.
left. Not were, furloughed, not that we're, no, they actively themselves was like, and left.
That's the
Um,
Baptist finger out.
they're like, oh, we gone, we gone. And that should tell you something about the workforce, and yeah, so I think the tweet just really hit people at the right time,
And people still picking it up. That was
They are.
because this was last week. It was the week before last, right?
This was last week, and I'll never forget it. I was making my Instagram post, so I tweeted so I could do that, and I put the phone down. I picked it up for something because I think I got a text or whatever, and then I saw a couple of hundred people shared it, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay, people, oh, that's pretty cool." I sat it down. I think I had it on the charger or whatever. Looked back at it, and it was like 2,400. And I was like, whoa. Couple of hours later, 10, and then it just kept going from there. So
Wow. Well, we have to take a break. But hey, do not change or like y'all gotta come back, stay because we about to talk about
hey,
something that's really, really interesting. So come back. We'll be right back.
Christmas is believed to be a magical time when angels roam the earth, bringing messages of hope and good cheer. Do you need a Christmas angel? I Need a Christmas Angel, a Christmas novella from Tolson Publishing. Kelly Benson has spent the last 5 years hiding in Chicago after her crush Gabe brought a pregnant wife home. Gabe is raising his 4-year-old daughter alone after his wife of 5 years moved to Tampa with her boyfriend. Depressed and hopeless after being fired a week before Christmas, Kelly wishes for a Christmas angel to come work its magic. Can the magic of Christmas drive the loneliness away? Will a Christmas angel bring a love Kelly's way? I Need a Christmas Angel by Eso Tolson. Order your copy today. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and TolsonBooks.com.
We're back. Now, before we left, we were talking about the tweet that went viral. Right now, how many people?
So last check, it was 398,000 likes, and over 118 retweets. I'm sorry, 118,000.
Right. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
so you really struck a chord. And one of the things you said before, and I wanted to touch on it, because you said people feel guilty and they don't know how to do that. And this is one of my main things. And sometimes I have to say it twice for people, but it's like, think about what you think about, and why. So it's like, why do you think that rest is bad? Especially for people that was raised in church. On the seventh day, we're supposed to rest a whole day. We don't do that except for the people at Chick-fil-A. Don't I be wanting chicken? I be wanting chicken biscuit too on a Sunday, and I be like, resting, but they're resting.
Yes.
If we were taught, but we so it's really interesting. Where did that whole not rest, especially people who believe in the Bible and church and God and all that stuff, when God told us take a whole day to rest, why do we feel guilty? And it's something that people need to ask themselves, and they need to go back, because it could be, and I'm going to say this, it could be fear. And fear, we should not operate out of fear, because and when I say fear being broke, because a lot of us grew up broke and we don't want to be broke no more. So I gotta work, so I will never be broke again. So then you feel guilty because you if I'm not working, I might not be able to pay a bill, or I might not be able to, my children might not be able to go to college because so people need to really evaluate why there's guilt, and if there's fear, I'm gonna tell y'all gotta root it out, because fear is a powerful thing, and it will destroy your way of thinking and everything. And you said something yesterday. You said, you better rest before your body decide it's gonna rest for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we look at rest as this very luxurious, lofty thing, right? When in actuality, it's just necessary for life. Someone has shared, or they retweeted or quote tweet, replacing rest in the tweet that I made with food, right? Mm-hmm. And it still made sense. It said something like, food is not a reward. We need food. You deserve food. And you should not feel guilty about getting, and it switched it. And it's like, that's wow. Huge. Nobody would dispute that. Nobody would dispute, oh yeah, we need food. But when it was rest, there were a lot of people, I ain't never seen this many people oh, no, I'll sleep when I die. I'm like, oh, well, no, we earn rest here. Or, no, that's for the week. Or that's for, it was just a whole lot of, now there was a lot of supporters, but for the people who was I guess in that, how I'm gonna pay bills, there was a lot of people responding like that. And it comes from, I think part of it is a trauma response, right? Because of, well, we ain't gonna do that no more. I grew up like that. We ain't going back to that.
What we not gonna do
is that. And so that's part of it. But I think another part is that's what we were conditioned to do societally. Is that a word? I think that's a word. Our worth is in what we produce. And so, if we're not producing anything, somehow we feel like we're less valuable or even worthless. So when we are stopping the work, then it's like, who am I? Am I like, do I need, I need to be doing something because I have to be of value, right? I have to show my worth. It's like when you go to the party and it's like, oh, so what you doing now? It's like you have to have something to show, who are you and all that. But
Yes.
if
So listen, you just said something I got to show y'all. Worth being you was always
enough,
enough. If everybody get that in their spirit,
it's
you will be
hard.
able to less grind and more chill because you will not tie your worth
You
to your
won't.
production, your productivity, your money, your status. You will not do that.
Yep.
If you understand that being you was always enough.
There's a woman on Twitter. She talked about that. She talked about how she felt like she wasn't enough or she didn't deserve rest because she hadn't done enough to earn a time to just be still or whatever. And I was just like, no, you are just as valuable resting as you are working.
Yeah.
The work is in actually believing that. That's
Yes.
the work.
The mindset shift.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, okay, I just real quick because you got the chill mode volumes 1 through what now? Is it
8 now,
volume
whatever.
8? So where can they go find a chill mode? Because if you are a person that likes to chill with some music, Eso has he's curated
Mm-hmm.
the music. Because I forgot, I was supposed to say he is a vibe curator. Yeah, that's what
Yes,
he is.
yeah.
Artist and vibe curator. I love that. So where
Yeah.
can they find that?
So if you have the streaming service, Apple Music or Spotify, you can look me up Eso Tolson, ESOTOLSON, and you'll be able to find all my curated playlists there. Have chill mode, have a few more, but that's the one that's like my baby. And you can, and it's set up for people who want to chill, who just want to have a moment to just kick back and just. Yeah, so you can find me there.
Yeah. So you turned how old? 30,
Ooh, I turned 37.
37.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know this is called blessed, and but everybody already know how I am. I am not the very religious person.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I need you to go on and share because if they my audience, they down with the. Tell us about what you did for your birthday.
Ooh, so um, I did a photo shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a photo shoot to express more of myself. I'm an artist, and I'm also a little bit of a rebel. So, doing things the non-traditional way and also pushing some boundaries at the same time. So in this photo shoot, I have flowers because I love flowers and, plants and, nature boy. And so I posed with the flowers and nothing else.
Yeah, and this is how he told the family. He was like, what? We just all laughed, and it is so funny because grandma and grandpa they didn't say, but they just think they just laughed
It
too.
was just like, okay. Yeah, they did. They did.
I think everybody just waiting when it comes out. It's gonna be interesting, and of course, Auntie was like, "But wait, this is coming after all those people started following you after that tweet. Oh my God, it's gonna be too many people. I see your pictures."
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm okay with it. I've already made peace. The serenity prayer. I can't control that. I can only control what I can. So I'm good.
Right. So when you talk about the rebel, and because I don't think it's more of a rebel, it's enlightened and it's free because the whole flower things is like most people don't even think that men like flowers because I would love to find
Which
out
is
if there's
odd.
ever any woman that took some flowers to a man.
It's so odd. And so I call myself a rebel, not because I'm rebellious, but I'm so anti what society wants or it says I should be. And so because I don't conform to that, naturally that's a rebellion against those things. And as far as flowers, especially when it deals with like masculinity is such a construct. I can go into that. That's a whole other thing. But like I like flowers. For years as a kid, if I saw any flower that I liked, I could appreciate it, and I was giving it to the person that I liked or loved around, or somebody had a crush on, or my mom, like, hey, this is beautiful. I want to share this beauty with you. And it's like, why is that something that is stigmatized for people who identify as men to appreciate? One of my phrases that I say is, don't allow your masculinity to interfere with your humanity, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We're comprised of both masculine and feminine traits. And so, if you're only leaning into one part, you're not even being your full self. And so allow yourself to just be.
We got 5 minutes, but you just hit on something. I just need to say, not only are we human, because we express as human, we're spiritual beings, which is neither male nor female. We're spiritual beings, and we get to, even though we were born with whatever, the sexual, but because we're spiritual beings and we are exhibiting as humans, we are existing in this realm as humans, right? But we get to choose, and we get to choose how we identify, period. We get to choose. But I do also want to say this to those people out there who identify differently than how they look. Do not be mad because somebody is offended by how you identify, because it's about your identity. It's not about how other people see you and identify you. Okay? Because, and I'm not going to go into the transgenders right now. I want to say this because I wanted to say this earlier after the Dave Chappelle thing. But the Rachel Dolezal, who identified as a Black woman, we had a fit because she put on some extra makeup, and she was running the NAACP. She was doing a lot of stuff for the Black community, but we got upset because we didn't feel like she should identify as that. Now, I got a look like, because that's the whole blackface thing. You was like, what?
Yeah,
but
it is.
But hear me out though. It should be okay if she wanted to identify that, because that's her identity. But she can't be mad when other people don't identify her as that. And I would say that for this other people too. It's about how you identify with yourself. You can't be mad at how other people look at you. You have to be like, okay, those not my people. Because me as a doctor, people got mad when I put doctor in front of my name. I went to law school, so they're like, no, it's Esquire. And I was like, but it's a doctorate degree. Why you get to identify as a doctor and I don't? So I'm going to identify as a doctor because I don't identify as Esquire. I ain't in nobody's courtroom, but that does not negate the fact that I have a doctorate degree. Period. Okay, so, but it doesn't matter what other people think. I'm Dr. Raquel Tolson because that's how I choose to identify. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there for people. You get to identify because you are a spiritual being. So you do not have to let masculinity destroy your spirituality or your humanity. But we got to go. Brandon, we got to go. Eso, y'all already know he was born Brandon, but he Eso to everybody. Okay, so we already told them how to get the chill mode volumes, but if they want that artwork back there or the artwork that I have, where do they find you?
Now you can go to my website, esotolson.com. /shop, so we can just take you straight to the shop so you can get them items. Especially for the holiday season, they need a really good reminder of, man, I don't need to be grinding. They probably don't, and so they should get this. Or there's a lot of other options on there as well.
And if you got a child, being you was always enough. Your teenage girls, everybody needs that one right there. That one should sell out. Everybody needs that one.
Yes.
Eso, thank you so much for joining me. As always, we had a good conversation. I am so, so proud of you. And
Thank
thank you for
you.
continuing to teach me, even though you are younger than me, but you constantly you set the bar. Let me tell y'all, he has set the bar because now I'm like, I need to do a TED talk. Setting the bar out, and I love it. I'm so
Oh,
here for it. Continue. Happy birthday.
yeah.
Birthday, and just make sure you take some bodyguards out with you after these
Oh,
pictures.
yeah, you're right. I got
Some
two
bodyguards,
on standby right now, so I'll be good.
please, while you partying this weekend, take some bodyguards with you because the people gonna see and all that stuff. Have a wonderful birthday, everybody out there. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, let's grind. More
More
chill.
chill.
You deserve it. You deserve it because being you was always enough. Until next week, be blessed.